Hello, everybody. How you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and you're listening to another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I just called the show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to put this on record to say, we just in America, we just had our election yesterday, and the people voted for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump will be president. But in the year 2028, I'd just like to announce that I, Tony Dwayne Rizano, will be running for president. So I need your vote. I'm gonna need your donations. Website coming soon. We're going to run. This is not a joke. Okay. I will be your next president in the United States in the year 2028. Thank you. And thank you for your vote in advance. Okay. So I just want you to be the first people to hear that. Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a jam-packed episode. It is November the 6th, 2024. As I just told you, ladies and gentlemen, we had an election yesterday. And the theme of this show today is, listen, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. Never give up on never ever give up on your dreams. Okay, ladies and gents, listen. We in America just voted for a guy who's had 34 felonies. was impeached a couple times, I believe. He got off, lost an election, said it was rigged, came back, ran again, won the Republican nomination, and dominated in the 2024 presidential election. So if there's hope for that man, there's hope for you, ladies and gents. Never give up on your dreams and your aspirations. You never know when they will strike, and it could be right around the corner. Okay? But ladies and gentlemen, we have a very exciting show for you today. This I don't know. It's gonna be quite the time when it comes to marketing. It's gonna be quite the time the next couple of years. There's gonna be a lot of you hear all these people, oh, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Prices, or they go up, or they come down. How will things work? But you want to make sure that you are presidential proof. And what I mean by presidential proof is it should not matter who's in office. It should not matter who's in charge, who's running Congress, who's doing this, who's doing that. For your business, none of that should matter. You should have the ability to make money, whether it's, an alien as president or Donald Trump or Joe Biden. It does not matter. You want to be president proof. You want to be political proof. You want to be party proof. You want to be all those things, okay? And what can you do to be all of that? Well, first, let's make sure you are solid, okay? Let's make sure you have things. Let's make sure you have a lot of things going on. Whether you're doing videos, whether you are doing podcasts, whether you are doing, sending people postcards. You want to have ads everywhere, not just via the internet. You have to promote in all places. Okay, you have to promote your website, your business in all places. I just bought the last 2 days. I bought a newspaper. A local newspaper. I bought it. I read it. It's interesting. It's about the county I live in. I live in Cobb County, and they talked about Cobb County news and all of that. And the reason I bring this up is people still buy newspapers. I know a lot of times people tell you online is the way to go. Online is the way to go. But in a sea of if there's a lot of people swimming in one ocean, you're not gonna have enough room to really make any substantial waves. So you have to rise above all that. So you want to go, telephone, postcards, mail, TV, local news. If it's local, does not matter. TV, newspapers. Since we're on the political kick, I will give you an opinion that I always have about the Democratic Party. Something I noticed in America, we have two main people. We have Democrats and we have Republicans. And now in the years since I was a kid, there's been a big shift. Okay, and you see it all the time. You see, just like since 2016, there's a small number of people that vote Democrat, and they live in the same areas. They live in major cities. They live in, they live in the LA, the New York. We have, here in Atlanta, we have a lot of people that vote Democrat. But then you go outside of that. You go outside of the area, the rest of the country, the whole other country, Florida, the little small towns where I grew up, they all vote Republican. And that, for the Democratic Party, has been a problem. And I always read, they never go to any, and yes, can you change people's minds? Absolutely you can. Can you reach people? Absolutely you can. I read a book about Lyndon Johnson, and it talked about in his first term of office, Lyndon Johnson went to every farm, every country road in in his district to garner votes, so people will vote for him. He went and talked to everybody. He did not leave a stone unturned. Sometimes you have to go back to basics. Sometimes you have to get away from yes, it's great to go where people know you and people like you. But if you really want to, jumpstart a business, go to where the people are, they're like, maybe, they're on the fence. You can always turn those people. Because if you meet somebody, it's a whole lot different if you meet somebody in person than if you just see him on TV. Okay? We all know this. I remember when I was a kid, I met this guy. He was a Republican. I believe he was a Republican. His name was Bill Emerson. I never forget the man. He was a good guy. He came to our school. He shook our hands. He was a big burly man, but I just remember. And I remember years later he died, and his wife took over his seat in the Congress. And it was like, when it was time to vote, I was like, oh yeah, I remember it. I know her. She's the husband of Bill Emerson. I met Bill Emerson once. We had the quickest interactions when I was a kid, and it had a profound effect on me. And so when it comes to, marketing, when it comes to promoting yourself, leave no stone unturned. Go to every corner. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. Go to the Facebook, the Instagram. Go to your telephone book, your local. It could be as local as the list. The last 2 days, I bought a newspaper called the Marietta Daily Journal. The big newspaper we have around here is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I didn't even buy that one. I bought the Marietta Daily Journal. It's been around for 150 years, so it's not going anywhere. People say, oh, people don't buy newspapers. People still buy newspapers. People still use the telephone book. Just because the people that you are around don't use it doesn't mean it's not being used by somebody. Whenever I go visit my parents, it's like going back in time, okay? They still call pizza places to make pizza orders. I always laugh. They will call Pizza Hut on the telephone And I always laugh. I go, "You still doing that?" They go, "Yeah." What am I supposed to do? I use I use it. I use the online. I use the website, but people still call. People still go and just order the pizza right then and there. So you know, everybody's not on the internet. You know, so the Democratic Party they fail to do this every year. They fail to go to the outer skirts. And they come in Atlanta. They stop. That's it. You got to go everywhere. Go to as many places as you can. If you ever been to you ever been to Iowa, there's life outside of Des Moines. You know what I mean? There's a whole community that is untapped and not spoken to, and this is why Trump has won twice. You know, it also helps that he ran against women, and apparently in America we do not want a woman being president. But the thing is, he goes to the places where the people have not been spoken to in a long time. He goes to the places where people feel like they've been forgot about. And when you're talking about different mediums, there's more to life than just doing internet marketing. You can market yourself anywhere. Newspapers, magazines, postcards, standing out in front of you. I don't know if you about you, but sometimes I'm walking outside of a Walmart. I used to get stopped by people that cut hair. They would hand me a card. Hey, here's my card, man. I cut over here. You go, oh, okay. So there's many ways to reach out and touch people, and you have to keep that in mind, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We will be back on Friday with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, everybody, peace.